And now let's move to our next segment, the educational segment. Let me introduce our speaker for the educational segment. Distinguished Toastmaster Nagarajan has served the nation as an officer in the Indian Air Force for the first 15 years of his career, and also worked as an IT director for a MNC for the next 15 years. Currently, he is fully working as a fitness consultant and a soft skills trainer. He is also the second runner-up in the district humorous speech contest. And in the current term, he's serving as a Division A Director of District 120. Let's welcome distinguished Nagarajan. Be serious to be funny. Be serious to be funny, distinguished Toastmaster Nagarajan. The stage is all yours.
Good morning, friends. Am I audible? Thank you. I hope I am visible too. Thank you very much. I am really honored to speak in a Tamil club in front of people who are bilingual, who can understand both Tamil and English. And I am happy to see some of the repeated attendees like Shankar, Kavita, and area director Usha, Uma Nataraj, and many other. I could see that. Thank you very much. Timer, I may not be when I'm going to share a screen. I may not be able to see your time card. However, I have my own timer, so don't worry. If you want, you can give one noise. Just say hello when you say show green card, so that because of your sound, the screen may appear to me. And even if it doesn't appear, don't worry. However, I expect my card to be shown as at 25, 30, and 35. 35 to 40, we will plan to have a question and answer session. I am a very famous speaker for getting time disqualified. Okay, I learned it the hard way. 4 years before I joined Toastmasters, I was invited as a guest speaker because I was from Air Force. They called me to give one speech, motivational speech on patriotism, because that was 26th January, Republic Day. And it was audience were school students, 11th and 12th, boys, girls, and many staffs were there. Along with me, Major Raghavendran, my friend from Army, he also accompanied. We both were given 20 minutes each. Raghavendran spoke for 20 minutes, got applause, and sat down. Then I started speaking, but people started responding with laughter, nodding, and responses. I got carried away, forgot about the time. 20 became 30, 30 became 40, and 42 and up, I stopped talking. In spite of that, people gave me standing ovation. I was very happy, and as we returned, I and Major Raghavendran discussing about our speeches. And I asked him, how was my speech? He said, forget about your speech. Your time management was lousy. I said, yeah, I agree. But people gave me standing ovation. He said they gave standing ovation not because you spoke well, because you stopped talking. That is when I realized that I should be careful about my timing. But still, in recent area contest, I got termed as disqualified. So I am sustaining my record. Therefore, timer, please don't worry about showing time, and don't worry even if I exceed time also. We will have question answers because the time gets carried away once the question answer session keeps getting extended. I am happy to keep answering questions. Well, we are going to conduct a session. I conduct courses for public speaking, both for children as well as adults. And I conduct two type of courses in public speaking. One is standard level and another one is advanced level. Advanced level includes in-person training as well, because as far as delivery is concerned, I think you should be directed like a film director, as if I am directing an actor. So I bring students at my home and train them also. And humor is one of the parts. This is I am going to share one of my course syllabus as far as humor is concerned. It's a little longer deck. I may not be able to share the deck with you, but you can make a note of it whenever I'm showing. And the number of slides are too much. So I may have to rush. You can, if you want, you can make a fast note down. And if you follow this, whether you win humorous speech or not, it will be useful in your normal speaking. Because a humorous speaker is recognized as a venerable speaker after every speech. And if you keep speaking like this, you will thank yourself in the autumn of your years. I am very sure. Because humor is part of the speech, irrespective of the nature of your speech. Whether you give humorous speech or emotional speech, try to include humor in the beginning part of your even emotional speech for sure. Audience will stay connected. Very quickly, I will share my screen with you. Please be patient. I hope you can see my screen. Please confirm.
Yes.
Okay, see, I may not be able to see any one of you except whoever is making some sound, because my screen is filled with the shared document. Why humor? As I said, if you include in every speech, if you include humor in every speech, you will be respected as a venerable speaker for sure. Therefore, learn to add humor in any speech. Now, how many of you are likely to take part in contest, humor speech contest? Can you please raise your hand? Okay, many screens are video is off. Anyway, please, I encourage all of you to keep your video on so that it will be interactive, and I'll also like to watch your responses.
We are raising our hands. Probably you have to alt tab to see
Yeah, yeah.
the hands. Yeah.
Okay. I recommend all of you to take part in a contest for sure. Contest is the best source of learning. You have a lot of sources as far as Toastmaster is concerned. Every role, every speech, every occasion, every event, everything is a source of learning. And contest, taking part in the contest is the biggest source of learning. Therefore, I strongly emphasize in taking part in a contest. Don't think whether you win or lose. Losing or winning is immaterial. Amusing the audience is your primary objective. After you delivered your speech, during the break time, at least 10% of the audience should come and appreciate you, shake hands with you. That was wonderful. I liked it, something like that. You may win or you may not win because of judging criteria or some other aspects. Therefore, try to amuse the audience. That should be your primary goal. I don't say that you don't win the contest. Of course, if you win the contest, you will be called as a district humorous speech champion. That is a good honor if you win the first prize. Even if you win second or third prize, you will be called to conduct education session. Don't worry, right? So therefore, aim to amuse the audience first, and then aim to win the trophy. Difference between ISC and HSC, humorous speech contest. In both contests, you have to tell one story, whether it is ISC or HSC. The difference is in ISC, conflict and resolution will be there, problem and solution. Solution is the hero in ISC, but in humor, problem is the hero. If there is no conflict, there is no humor. You should suffer, you should struggle, you should be frustrated. If you walk like a king, nobody appreciates you. But while walking like a king, if you fall down, everybody laughs. So you should come across some trouble or failure to make others laugh. What makes a speech humorous? Is it jokes, punchlines, funny stories, funny delivery? None of this. It is a story designed to create laughter. You must have a story. Don't add humor, build it. Don't add humor, build it. Find a real story. Don't invent. Remember, don't bring artificial cosmetic story. Remember, humor grows best from reality. Ask what happened in your life. Examples: missed flight, burnt the dosa, first speech messed up, driving lesson, wedding, hospital visit, shopping, family vacation, children, pets. These are all examples for sources of humor. Look for the conflict. As I said, there is no story, humorous story without conflict. Ask what went wrong. For example, I forgot my wallet, or I boarded in the wrong train. So this is the conflict. How do you face that or try to solve that? That is the process of humor. Select a universal theme, not particular to your domain or region. Once I happened to be CJ for one area contest. I saw one person who spoke about his company. He has won first prize at club level, but in area level, he didn't win even third prize because his speech was his domain related, his corporate, his team lead, his manager, his HR. So other people could not connect with that. Select universal theme. With that theme, if you deliver a humorous speech, even in China, people should be able to laugh. That is the universal theme. So start with a story. First, context: who, where, when. Set up the context. Then what went wrong. Then exaggerate. Create an expectation. Give the unexpected. Repeat. Escalate and blast at the peak. This is the simple funda for a humorous speech contest. Where do we find stories? Many people ask me this: where to get humor? As I said, don't look for jokes, find the reality. For example, supermarket, barber, dentist, airport, school, hospital, home, traffic, cafe, WhatsApp. Last district champion used WhatsApp. It was fully hilarious. So theme is just WhatsApp, but he used it. So likewise, you have many sources. These are just example: supermarket, barber, dentist, airport, all these things. So you can take something from here. Ordinary life is full of extraordinary material. So look for humor from your life itself. There are 6 devices of humor. Before that, first thing is you have to observe. See, this is the hierarchy. Watch carefully. First thing, observe your life. Even today, something might have happened. You can take one event from your life that impacted your mind or heart, that irritated you, with which you struggled, you suffered. You can take that one. If you suffer, you will suffer. But when you tell you are suffering to somebody, they will laugh at you because of your stupidity. So select an event after observation, then create a story. The event should be natural, real one, not cosmetic one stolen from WhatsApp or Facebook. It should be from your real life. Select that event, then create a story with build up. front and back, you can add cosmetic things. Then escalate. Artificially, you can escalate the troubles. And then use techniques. I will tell about the techniques after this. Apply the techniques. See, first you have to create a story. Escalate. Now write the script here after escalation. In the story itself, you have to write a script and escalate this story. Once the script is ready, now apply the techniques. I'll tell you what are all the techniques now. And afterwards, there is a callback. Callback means mention something in the beginning of the story and before ending, recall that. And that will be the highlight of your humor. And finally, a message. It is not necessary that you have to preach with your message. That message should be hilarious. Formally, it should sound like you are giving a message, but eventually, you are making the people to laugh out of your message. Now, I'll tell you about the 6 humor devices. Very quickly, you can make a note of it. I'm going to run fast. Number 1 is hyperbole. It is spelled as hyperbole, but it should be spelled as hyperbole. Hyperbole. Then incongruity. Irony. It is not irony, it is irony. Then pun, pun. Then self deprecation. Then anticlimax. There are many devices, but these are all the 6 rhetorical devices I am going to show you how to apply in your humor. These are all examples. I'll give you some examples also. You can make your script enhanced with this type of devices. Number 1 is hyperbole. Hyperbole. Hyperbole is a humor through exaggeration. Stretch the reality without breaking believability. A simple definition. Hyperbole is believable exaggeration wrapped in unbelievable language. When someone says, I am starving to death, you might have heard in Tamil also, Pasi uire podu. You heard like this, right? But you never call ambulance because he is saying like that. But this is the exaggeration. This is hyperbole. We understand the exaggeration. Reality is often too small to express strong emotions. You are very hungry. If you say I am very hungry, that may not be sufficient enough to express the strong emotion. That is why you are saying I am starving to death. So hyperbole enlarges reality so the audience can feel the emotion. Formula is reality, exaggeration, recognition, humor. Everyday hyperbole, I have told you million times. You heard in Tamil also. If you count, it may be 6 or 7 times. But we exaggerate it by saying that I told you 1,000 times. This bag weighs ton. 10 is 100 kilo. You cannot lift it. But you say that. I am so hungry, I could eat a horse. Nobody believes them literally, but everyone understands emotionally. So, recommendation for humor: observe the reality, find the truth, stretch the truth, and deliver it with a pass. Next one is incongruity. Almost every winning humorous speech, stand up comedy, advertisement, and meme contains some form of incongruity. Humor begins when expectation ends. Incongruity is a humor created when two things that normally do not belong together are unexpectedly combined. So, watch carefully. Two things, two opposite things are combined in one sentence to create humor. Humor happens when reality violates the expectation in a harmless way. Formula: expectation, surprise, recognition, laughter. Humor weakens if you remove any one of these. I finally bought a book on procrastination. I will read it tomorrow. I am reading a book on anti gravity. I can't put it down. I told this first one. I finally to one 11 years old boy in Singapore. during a class. I told this, I finally bought a book on procrastination. And then when I said I will read it tomorrow, he started laughing like anything. He could understand the humor immediately. So this is incongruity. Step one, state something normal, lead the audience in one direction, end in unexpected direction. That's all. Humor is not about being funny. It is about surprising the audience in a way that it still makes perfect sense. Irony. It makes people smile first and think later. Irony is when reality does the opposite of what it seems. Example, a fire engine catches fire. We laugh, assuming no one is hurt. Why? Expectation completely reversed. A fire engine catches fire. In Tamil also we heard Vadyar Pulla Bakku, Police Karan Pulla Tirida. So these are all irony. You can use it appropriately. Create expectation, give opposite reality, recognize, and humor will be there. Verbal irony. A friend arrives in 1 hour late. You say right on time. This happened really. This last class, last Saturday, I had in-person session for the advanced level speakers to give directions on delivery. All the students were inside. One person came 20 minutes late. The moment he entered, I said, "You are on time." Everybody laughed because indirectly I pointed out that he was late. But I didn't hurt him. But it was considered as a humor. Verbal irony is not necessarily sarcasm. If I had hurt him, that would have become sarcasm. Sarcasm usually intends to hurt. Irony often intends to amuse. Example, friend drops a spoon. You smile. You are the best cook. Gentle, funny, people will laugh. But if you say, if you can't even hold a spoon, same idea, but intention is different. He will be hurt. That is called sarcasm. Reality behaves opposite to expectation. A traffic policeman gets fined for speeding. The meeting about time management started 30 minutes late. These are all irony. Parents tell children, don't talk to strangers. Then, first day of school, go make new friends. This happens. This is irony. Pun. Pun is a sign of linguistic creativity. When one word does double duty, we call it word play. I wanted to tell you a joke about this pencil and then give a pass, but there is no point. I wanted to tell you a joke about this pencil, give a pass, and say, but there is no point. It is a word play. You played with the language. Why did you laugh? Because point has two meanings. The tip of the pencil, the purpose. That is fun. Formula, meaning one, unexpected, meaning two. Recognition, laughter. A bicycle can't stand on its own because it is too tired. People hear it is at too, T-O-O, tired, but it has another meaning, too tired. Like this, there are many words. Right, you can say left or you are right. Similarly, left, whatever is left or the direction left. Similarly, current, pitch, fine, charge, spring, point, watch. These type of words are sources for pun. Pun reminds us that language is not just a tool for communication, it can also be a playground for creativity. Self deprecation. You heard in the beginning itself, I gave one humor with self deprecation. I spoke for 42 minutes. My friend said, you got standing ovation not because you spoke well, because you stopped talking. That is self deprecation. I made the people laugh. So if you are not sure of whom to make fun of yourself. Self deprecation does something magical. It makes the audience think he is one of us. That is why many Toastmasters world champions frequently use it. Formula, reveal, exaggerate, laugh, connect. I was so confident of my first speech that my knees vibrated like a mobile phone in silent mode. This is one example for self deprecation. The secret, the self deprecation is not about lowering yourself. Be careful. I had seen some people apply it the wrong way. It should not pull down your status. It is about lowering the wall between you and the audience, not lowering yourself. So, what can you joke about? Your forgetfulness, your bad cooking ability, driving, technology, public speaking, parenting mistakes, everyday habits, fitness struggles, fashion, hair, time management. These are all example for sources. Final, last one is anticlimax. Incongruity is the foundation of humor. Irony is contradiction. Hyperbole is exaggeration. Self deprecation is humility. Pun is wordplay. Anticlimax is the art of disappointing the audience on purpose in the funniest possible way. Almost every successful stand up comedian uses anticlimax dozens of times in a performance. If you watch any stand up comedy, many people use this. Anticlimax is a deliberate drop from high expectation to low reality. Hyperbole stretches upward, anticlimax suddenly drops downward. Formula: build, build more, maximum expectation, tiny ending, laughter. Tiny ending means useless, simple, normal ending, but you give a big build up. I traveled across oceans, climbed mountains, crossed deserts, finally reached our kitchen to find the TV remote. This is anticlimax. The effort doesn't match the reward. Bathos, one risk is there. Anticlimax can go in a negative way. I saw one YouTube video where the narrator details about his father's death. It is a totally an emotional scene. And finally, he says, "Don't forget to subscribe and share my video." So that is bathos. Don't try to use it, it will spoil the anticlimax. Additional tips, practical tips I'm going to give you now. Give humor within first 30 seconds. Don't think that I will tell a story for 2 minutes, then make the people laugh. After waiting for 2 minutes, even if it is a big humor, it will lose the value because you made the people to wait impatiently for 2 minutes. Therefore, within 15 to 30 seconds, made the people laugh. In my district speech, even my title was hilarious. When the contest master was reading, then itself started, the audience started smiling and somewhere laughing. And it was a long title that the contest master had to read it twice. So I took the benefit of that opportunity. And then I started with the humor. So give humor within the first 30 seconds and keep giving in every 30 seconds. Thank you. Don't think I will speak for 1 minute. At the end, there is a humor. No, you should keep on giving humor every 30 seconds and give the roaring laughter in the beginning itself. That will create a mindset. Once that mind is set, then given the small humor will attract big laughter. Again, after 2 minutes, give big laughter. Again, small, small. Again, like that. So keep giving humor every 30 seconds. Be serious. Don't laugh at your own humor. I recommend not to laugh at all throughout your humor speech. Some people laugh when audience don't laugh. That is a request to the audience. Hey, this is humor. Please laugh. So don't laugh at your own humor. Don't tell. Show. Don't narrate. Exhibit. For example, I entered the interview room. I opened the room. The room was very cold. Two ACs were running. Only three people were sitting. I entered. I relaxed myself. Then the center person asked me, please sit down. I was already sitting. So now you made the people to visualize your story. Don't tell. I entered the interview room and I was nervous. Don't tell. Show. Don't speak during the laughter and applause. This is very important technique. In humorous speech, while writing the script itself, you should accommodate this laughter as well. The time consumed. If there are 10 laughter in your humorous speech, so 10 into 3, 30 seconds will be consumed by laughter itself. So you should reduce 30 seconds from your 7 minutes 30 seconds. And in between pauses, claps. So consider all those things. Therefore, when people are clapping or laughing, never give a dialogue, because the first line is not heard during the claps or laughter. Then the second or third line will not be understood because they didn't know what happened during the first line. So don't speak during the laughter. Bring it back, call back. I already said, mention something in the beginning and again bring it back at the ending. This is a very valuable, not only for humorous speech, even for ISC or any speech, that is a valuable technique. Timing and intended pauses. You should know the timing. Keep talking, and before the final peak, give a pause and then tell the word. The timing matters a lot. You can learn this from Nagesh, the great humorous actor. And finally, don't preach at the end, thinking that you are giving a message. It is not ISC. Surprise the conclusion with humor. Give a message, but that should be humorous. Observe the humor nuances, find big humor in small real life stories, and create. That's all. Now I'll give you one example. Now there is no more presentation. Now, if there is no problem, I request all of you to keep your video on, because I'm going to tell you one small story. I said observe from your real life, and one small story can be developed into a big humorous speech. Small story. I had a toothache. I happened to go to dentist and got treated and came. This is a story. I can tell this as an incident. But as a humorous speaker, if you observe the nuances, you will find a lot of humor. For example, I tell like this. 10 days ago, I got a mild toothache. I ignored it because within half an hour it went off. I thought it's gone. But the next day again it reminded me that the ache is there. Then this time the half an hour went to 1 hour. I was confused what to do, but again I ignored. It went off. The third day again it came out. I was wondering what to do. I didn't go to any doctor because I am an Indian. We take advice from everywhere. I consulted my neighbor. I consulted my mother-in-law. I consulted my friend. And I even consulted YouTube doctors and WhatsApp professors. I consulted everyone except the qualified dentist. My wife was watching for the last 3 days. Fourth day, she folded her hands like this and looked at me. You know, when your wife stands in this position, there is something serious you cannot ignore. She told only 2 words: tomorrow morning, dentist. No verb. It was not an instruction or request, it was the final notice, because she has already booked the appointment with the dentist. I thought he will apply some medicine, the toothache will go off, and I decided to go to dentist. But by the time my mouth got swollen, I could not even speak. Then I entered the clinic. I was welcomed by the receptionist with a smile. I noticed her teeth was beautiful. I wanted to smile back, but half of my mouth was not working. So it looked like a mocking. She misunderstood and she stared at me. Then she asked me to sit down. I thought within 5 or 10 minutes I will complete it. There were 7 people sitting, but every patient took about 20 minutes to come out. I was worried. And finally, I was invited to the doctor. As the doctor saw my swollen face, he was very happy. Big patient. I thought I may have to spend 100 or 200 rupees to fix my problem. But he welcomed me and asked me to sit in the chair. That chair did not look like a chair, it was like a bed. It was in a slanting position. I struggled to sit. Then he adjusted something. Then I went back. Then again he adjusted something. Then again I went back. And finally I was almost lying down. I didn't know whether he was going to check my tooth or do some heart surgery. I was almost in a lying position. Then he smiled and said, "How long this problem?" I said, "4 days." Then he asked me to open my mouth. It was painful. I tried to open, but only little bit. Then he told me wider. I opened little more. After that, I could not. It was painful. He said, "Still wider." I wondered whether he is checking my tooth or parking the scooter. Then finally, he put some clamps and tried to open it and saw. Then he took out one hammer and touched one tooth. "Is it the one?" He said. I said, "No." He touched the next one. "Is it one?" I said, "No." He tapped the next one. "Is it?" He said, "Yes, yes." He was very happy because he found out the right tooth. Then he took out some other tools. He kept on doing scratching and all those things. I thought he's going to apply some medicine. But why
Green.
is doing all these things? Thank you. Then, then he asked me, is it paining now?" See, dentist is the only person he asks us question when our mouth is fully occupied. So many tools, he has kept his tools inside and he asked me to answer. Then he took out all the tools and everything was silent. I was happy that everything is over. Then he looked at me and said, "Now we will start." What? Then he said, "Yeah, we have to do some root canaling," and took out some drill. And the drill started running close to my ears. I thought it was a JCB, so loud. And he took an injection and gave some anesthesia, and I could open my mouth fully. For next 10 minutes, I didn't have anything. I thought my half of my face was missing. And he did some drilling and do same thing. And finally, he closed it. "No problem. Next week, you can come back and take the cap, and you can make the payment." I came out with a relief. The nurse again smiled with the beautiful teeth and asked me to pay. I asked how much. She said 35 rupees. Oh my God, 35,000. I thought he made only hole in my tooth, but he made a hole in my wallet as well. Then finally I returned home. Then onwards I started looking at the brush with respect. Friends, whenever the problem, life tells you the problem in a mild way, whether it is a toothache or relationship problem, fix it immediately before it comes wearing white coat and a drill. Thank you very much. Now you could have noticed that one small story could be developed as a humorous story, right? It is in your perspective, your observation, your exaggeration. Now try to apply the techniques, the rhetorical devices, what I said. Whether you are winning or not, definitely you can amuse the audience for sure. Thank you very much. Now you can ask questions.
DTM Nagarajan, what I liked most is not just the theory, but you applied it and then showed it to us. So thank you so much for the so effective education speech today. I really like completely throughout, enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Any questions?
Amruta
Yes, yes.
Deshmukh.
Amruta, please.
You have
So yes, it's an really amazing question. Thank you for that.
Yellow.
I have a question regarding topic selection because many people make a fun of their spouse, husband or wife. So that kind of jokes are really common when it comes to humorous. But when it comes to contest, how to stand out in contest, how to select topic, and when it comes to humor, it's really difficult, I think. So what's your thought on this?
See, I gave you the techniques and give a demonstration. Be careful not to reveal your sensitive details, your intimate details. I I gave one my speech, my humorous winning speech. Initially, I gave as a target speech somewhere in 2018, I think. I My wife was the protagonist in that story, but later on, that evaluator told me, he told me in a indirect way. First time I had seen, had the dareness to you tell his wife as a funny character, but in personally he said that he to avoid that, because this is a sensitive part. You don't want someone to laugh at your wife, so don't use that type of technique, he said. So be careful not to reveal your sensitive details or your personal struggles, like financial problem or illness or your relationship failures. Those things don't reveal. Make the people to laugh. Okay, and humor is there everywhere. Even today something happened to you. If you tell me everything, I can take one event which can be used as a humor. Story is small story because we ignore everything. A humorous speakers observe everything which is ignored by others. Did I answer your question?
Yes, yes. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much. Any other question?
you have two hands going up, Anu and Venkatesh.
Venkatesh, please go ahead. If possible, please keep your video on.
Uh, Good morning to all of you. I'm in the office.
Okay, please
I
go ahead.
just managed to come to a corner because first
Okay, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
I want to appreciate the sense of humor you have portrayed throughout the session. We share the same name as well. My name is Nagarajan Venkatesh. I'm based
Okay,
in Dubai.
thank you.
And what I thought of sharing with you and seek your opinion. Before we attempt any humorous speech, there is a ballot where the scoring is being done by the judges. So I've been attempting humorous speeches from 2014. First 2 years, nothing clicked. Then my mentor told me, go through the ballot sheet. Then I found there is a weightage of around 10% from audience response. So I did something like match fixing. I called my own club members in the area and division contest. I told them when I am going to the stage, go sit with some
Start laughing.
unknown people and start laughing. They will also laugh. Believe me, I became second place winner that time. And then I eventually became division champion. But then, no, the fact is I matured the content also. So, yes, sir, thank you so much. I thought of sharing this with you. Is that approach okay? Spreading your people in the auditorium and
First thing, see, Toastmasters is known for its core values: integrity, respect, service, and
service
excellence.
excellence.
So, as far as
Correct.
integrity is concerned, I do not recommend this. But what you said is a reasonable point. I had seen voting judges ignore the ballot sheet requirement, get carried away with laughters. I had
Exactly.
seen people have won because their English was good, fluency was good, vocabulary was very high, though there was no humor. But other person who had humor, but his language was not so good, he didn't win. As per the ballot sheet, he should have got only less than 10 marks in one audience response only, but other things
Correct.
are not taken care. It is a practical problem we cannot avoid. Therefore, aim to make the people laugh throughout, as I said, every 30 seconds. Apart from
Yes.
that, try to beat the objectives of ballot sheet also. Okay, if you take care of these two things, definitely you will win the prize. Or if you take care of only this laughter part, you may win, but you will not be appreciated. People say that they will talk behind you. Actually, that person will deserves the first prize by mistake. They are like that. This may happen. So this is my personal suggestion.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Any more questions? No, yes, please go ahead.
Good morning. Thank you for the nice inputs, DTM, sir.
Thank you.
Sorry, I cannot come in the video, but I have a question. While in the inputs, right, you talked about when a person is giving a humor, he should not laugh. Okay, so catching to that, right, if we say that our body language should sync up with the audience.
Yes.
So in that case, how do we take it up? Because when we are very serious and giving the humor, right? I don't think. I mean, to my knowledge, it would not sync up with the body language and the audience. It would not get connected. So how do we deal with it?
See, once audience are laughing, it is not necessary that you should also laugh. Except your story deserves a laughing gestures. When I called him, "Do you come?" He said, "I will come." Now you are acting. You are not laughing. But if you laugh on your own jokes, you are appreciating yourself. That should not happen. Make the audience to laugh. You don't laugh. Correct? And body language, everything. You should be serious because in your story, you are the victim. You have suffered. You are struggling. How can you laugh? But people will laugh throughout. The more you are under pressure and the more you are suffering, people will laugh. That is your objective, not to enjoy your own jokes. And I tell you, you cannot laugh on your own jokes because first time you selected the joke because it was humorous, hilarious. But if you practice it 2 3 times, then you will not laugh on your same joke. You are going to practice 20 30 times before your contest. 30 40 times you will not laugh. And on the stage, 41st time you will never laugh. Therefore, be conscious not to laugh on your own jokes on the stage. Be serious. Definitely people will laugh. Especially looking at your serious face.
Got it, sir. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
that.
thank you, thank you, thank you. It is-
That's a red card, so I don't think I get to choose a question. So,
Okay, anybody can ask me question through WhatsApp later on. My phone number is 979 979 102 2626. 979 102 2626. I also conduct course, public speaking course, both for standard version and adult version. And you can, I'm not trying to promote my course. I'm just telling you, if you want any questions to be answered, you can contact me offline as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nagarajan, for this wonderful educational session. I'm sure all of us have our takeaways as discussed, and we are going to utilize it in our future speeches.
Shweta,
Now,
are you from Andhra Pradesh?
No.